All right, buckle up. I'm about to hit you with 10 mysteries that are so wild, so completely bizarre, that scientists, investigators, and armchair detectives have been scratching their heads for decades. We're talking disappearances that make zero sense, phenomena that break the laws of physics, and cases so creepy they'll have you checking under your bed tonight. Let's dive in, starting at number 10 and working our way up to the mystery that'll absolutely blow your mind. Number 10. The Oakville Blobs. Picture this. It's August 1994 in Oakville, Washington. Rain starts falling, but it's not water. It's translucent gelatinous blobs, literally raining goo from the sky. And it gets worse. People who touch this stuff start getting sick. Flu-like symptoms, breathing problems, some people were hospitalized. The fire department collected samples, and when they tested it, they found human white blood cells in it. Yeah, you heard that right, human cells. In rain, falling from the sky. So naturally, everyone freaked out. Theories started flying. Was it biological warfare testing? Waste from an airplane toilet? Some kind of atmospheric phenomenon we don't understand? The craziest part? It happened 6 times over 3 weeks, then just stopped. The samples that were saved mysteriously disappeared from the lab. To this day, nobody knows what the hell rained down on Oakville or why it contained human cells. Number 9. The Hessdalen Lights. Up in Norway, in this valley called Hessdalen, there are lights. Not like street lights or car lights, these are unexplained floating orbs of light that appear out of nowhere, hover, move in impossible ways, and then vanish. They've been documented since the 1930s, but they went absolutely crazy in the 1980s with sightings happening 20 times a week. Here's the thing. Scientists have been studying these lights for over 40 years. They've set up monitoring stations, recorded them on camera, analyzed the data, and they still have no clue what causes them. These aren't planes, they're not drones, they're not weather balloons. They move against the wind. They split into multiple lights. They pulse different colors. Some are the size of cars. The Norwegian government officially recognizes them as a real phenomenon, but can't explain them. They're still happening today, right now. Lights just floating around in Norway, completely unexplained. Number 8. The Tunguska Event. June 30th, 1908, middle of Siberia. An explosion so massive it flattened 80 million trees across 800 square miles. The shockwave was felt hundreds of miles away. The sky glowed bright enough to read a newspaper at midnight in London, which is thousands of miles from Siberia. People thought the world was ending. But here's the weird part. There's no crater. None. Whatever exploded in the air about 5 miles up. Scientists think it was probably a meteor or comet that disintegrated before impact. Probably. But nobody knows for sure because it happened in such a remote area that the first expedition didn't reach the site until 1927, almost 20 years later. By then, any evidence was long gone. Some people think it was a black hole passing through Earth. Others say it was a natural gas explosion. A few think it was an alien spacecraft malfunction. The truth? We legitimately don't know what leveled 800 square miles of forest. Number 7. The lead masks case. Brazil, 1966. 2 dead bodies found on a hill. Both men were wearing formal suits and homemade lead eye masks. Next to them was an empty water bottle and a notebook with cryptic instructions written in it. The note said things like, 1630, be at the agreed place. 1830, swallow capsules. After effect, protect metals. Await signal. Mask. Here's where it gets insane. Autopsies were never completed due to decomposition, so we don't know how they died. Toxicology was never done, so we don't know if they took poison. The lead masks suggest they were protecting themselves from radiation, but there was no radiation at the scene. Were they part of some cult ritual? Were they waiting for a UFO? Did they accidentally poison themselves thinking they were going to achieve some kind of spiritual transcendence? We have zero answers, just 2 dead guys in suits wearing lead masks with a weird note, and nobody knows why. Number 6. The Somerton Man. December 1st, 1948. A guy is found dead on Somerton Beach in Australia. Well-dressed, No identification, all the labels cut out of his clothes. Autopsy shows no cause of death, no injuries, no obvious poisoning, just dead. In his pocket, investigators find a scrap of paper with the words "Tamam Shud" printed on it, which is Persian for ended or finished. Turns out it's the final words from a rare book of poetry called the Rubaiyat. Police tracked down the book. Someone had torn out that exact page and left the book in a car. In the back of the book, there's a phone number and a coded message that's never been deciphered. To this day, code breakers and cryptographers can't crack it. DNA testing has been done recently, but it still hasn't revealed who this guy was or how he died. 75 years later, the Somerton Man remains completely unidentified, and that code still unsolved. Number 5. The Elisa Lam case. February 2013. The Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles, which already has a dark history, gets darker. Guests complain about low water pressure and weird-tasting water. Maintenance goes up to check the water tanks on the roof. Inside one of the tanks, they find the body of Elisa Lam, a 21-year-old Canadian tourist who had been missing for weeks. But it's the elevator footage that makes this case absolutely haunting. Security cameras caught Elisa in the elevator acting bizarrely, pressing all the buttons, hiding in the corner, peeking out like she's hiding from someone, making strange hand gestures, talking to someone who isn't there. Then she just walks out, and that's the last time she's seen alive. Here's the thing. The roof access was locked. The water tank lid was heavy and closed. How did she get up there? How did she get inside the tank? Was she having a mental health crisis? Was someone chasing her? The official ruling was accidental drowning with bipolar disorder as a factor, but it doesn't explain everything. The footage is deeply unsettling, and a lot of questions remain unanswered. Number 4. The WOW signal. August 15, 1977. The Big Ear radio telescope at Ohio State picks up a signal from space. It's a strong, narrow-band radio signal that lasts exactly 72 seconds. It's so unique, so precisely what scientists expect an alien transmission to look like, that the astronomer monitoring it writes "WOW" in the margins of the printout, hence the name. The signal came from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. It was at exactly the frequency hydrogen emits at, which is significant because hydrogen is the most common element in the universe, so if aliens wanted to get our attention, that's the frequency they'd use. The signal was strong, clear, and has never repeated. Not once in over 45 years. Was it aliens? A comet? Some kind of Earth-based interference that somehow seemed like it came from space? We don't know. Scientists have aimed telescopes at that exact spot hundreds of times. Nothing. Radio silence. One signal, one time, perfectly matching what we'd expect from intelligent life, and then nothing ever again. Number 2. The Mary Celeste. December 1872. A ship is found drifting in the Atlantic Ocean. It's completely seaworthy, fully stocked with food and supplies, cargo intact, no signs of struggle or violence, but the crew is gone. All 10 people, including the captain's wife and 2-year-old daughter, vanished. The ship's lifeboat is missing, suggesting they abandoned ship deliberately. But why? The last entry in the ship's log was 9 days before it was found, and it mentioned nothing unusual. Weather was fine, no pirates reported in the area, no signs of mutiny. The cargo was valuable alcohol, but none of it was missing. Theories range from a small explosion in the cargo hold that scared them into abandoning ship, to a waterspout, to ergot poisoning causing mass hallucinations. But nothing fully explains why an experienced captain would abandon a perfectly functional ship in the middle of the ocean, taking a 2-year-old in a lifeboat into rough seas. He's never seen again. No body is ever found. In 1980, a kid finds $5,800 in decaying $20 bills on a riverbank, and the serial numbers match the ransom money. But that's it. That's the only trace. Did he die on impact? Did he survive and live out his days? The FBI officially closed the case in 2016, calling it the only unsolved skyjacking in American history. D.B. Cooper pulled off the perfect crime and vanished into thin air. Number 1, and here's the twist. the Bermuda Triangle. You're probably thinking, wait, that's been explained, right? Ships and planes disappear at normal rates. It's just confirmation bias and dramatic storytelling. And you're mostly right. Statistically, the Bermuda Triangle isn't more dangerous than any other heavily traveled area of ocean. Insurance companies don't even charge higher rates for ships passing through it. But here's the real mystery. Why do we believe in it so strongly despite the evidence? Dozens of disappearances attributed to the Bermuda Triangle happened nowhere near it. Flight 19, the famous case of 5 Navy planes vanishing, had mechanical issues and poor weather, not mysterious forces. The USS Cyclops, a massive ship that vanished with 300 people, probably sank in a storm. So the actual mystery isn't what's happening in the triangle. It's why the human brain is so ready to see patterns that aren't there, to believe in supernatural explanations over mundane ones, to create myths even when facts are available. The Bermuda Triangle is a perfect example of how our minds construct mysteries out of random events, and that might be the most unsettling mystery of all. We're hardwired to find meaning in chaos, even when there is none. So, there you have it. 10 mysteries from glowing lights in Norway to disappearing hijackers, from coded messages on dead bodies to signals from space. Some of these might be solved someday, some probably never will be, and honestly, that's what makes them fascinating. Which one freaked you out the most? Drop a comment. Welcome to the paradox realm, where the unknown stays unknown, and that's exactly how we like it. See you in the next one.